Our lab primarily focuses on researching pain conditions in the head and face, such as migraine, TMD, and the role that multiple proteins may play in the pathogenesis of those debilitating diseases.
But then we also have branched out and do things with anti-epileptic drugs. So we're basically interested in pain and inflammation and basically trying to come up with new strategies to block pain pathways.
Because anyone can see how if you're in pain, then you have trouble sleeping, then you feel worse the next day, your pain actually gets worse, you're stressed out. And what we're hoping to do is find some portion of that where we can break that pattern and actually put you on a path back to a more regular lifestyle.
I work primarily on some of the IDF projects. So International Dehydrated Foods, who is a food company that we've worked with, looking at how their product may be beneficial. Because we work in the head and face, CGRP is a protein that plays a pivotal role in the pathogenesis of both migraine and TMD. So the most current international dehydrated food studies that we have currently been working on is one of the products, which is a chicken bone broth. We've been studying its effects on potentially inhibiting some of the inflammatory cascades that we see in migraine and TMD. And what we've actually been able to show is that it's been able to prevent the subjects from going into this chronic pain event. I think working on discovering more of the pathways is very important. We study CGRP, but CGRP does so many other things. So probably better understanding how migraine actually develops is probably where we need to start when we think about how we're going to treat them in the future.
My most recent study is screening a variety of compounds for anti-epileptic properties. We're looking at several drugs and their potential to stop seizures, essentially. It's a pilot study, but we're seeing some pretty interesting results so far. It appears that some of these drugs may be upregulating good proteins that contribute to cells' ability to calm themselves before any stimulus is applied to the cells. There are a lot of anti-seizure medications. Usually if people have seizures, they're not on just one. And so we have to establish that it's unique. Then we would have to establish that it's safe. And then if they think that it's going to be profitable at all, they'll continue into more human-based studies and kind of go on to clinical trials. But making a new drug is a huge investment, so right now they're doing an extremely broad screen of a variety of compounds to see if any of them have potential.
And then more recently we've gotten into the gut-brain axis and how things that are going on in your gut can affect what's going on in your brain and vice versa. So what we're finding is that when people go into a chronic pain state, they end up with what we call dysbiosis, or a change in the microbiome in their gut, which then can cause them to develop into a chronic pain state. So what we're trying to do is figure out ways from basically a food supplement type of thing. So what things can we add to their diet to help maintain a healthy gut microbiome, which then we think helps maintain a healthy brain. And so one of the things that we found is that eating dark chocolate is really good for you. When you consume cocoa, you're actually taking a low-grade steroid. So you're taking an anti-inflammatory every day, but not taking it in a pill form, you're actually just getting it from your diet. And we've shown that in our different models that it blocks pain pathways. And it's actually as good as any drug that we've ever seen on the market. And that's the important part about this, is that taking these nutraceuticals seems to give you the same value as taking a drug, but you're doing it more naturally.